In today's episode, we are focusing on one specific ingredient. There's like at least 5 more handfuls for this. How? Popeye loves it. Ooh, please work, please work. Kids have been known to hate it. I think it's in the same realm as Brussels sprouts when kids are like, "Bleh." But the world as a whole loves it. Good. I'm feeling all the feelings. Today, we are talking about spinach. This is so much spinach! I'm just winging it. You can do this, you can do this, you can do this. 5 spinach recipes. The color is so vibrant, I can't believe it. From 5 countries. That looks pretty nice. Let's get started. Before I pop into this big bad boy of spinach, I want to thank Trade for sponsoring today's episode. Trade is hands down one of my favorite subscription services out there. Every month, they'll send you a different type of coffee catered to your taste, as well as whatever grind size you want. I personally go for a fine grind because I'm on a macchiato kick right now. As a coffee lover myself, one of my absolute favorite things that I get out of Trade Coffee is that I get to try grinds from all across the country. They are highly specific in who they choose. Only 500 coffees have made the cut, but you can learn about all of them in one of the nice booklets that they send you. Their coffee always ships within 48 hours, so it's fresh and it smells so good. Your house will smell like your favorite coffee shop. I know we all get a lot of ads on YouTube, but this is one product that I am definitely recommending out of personal love and personal use. If you're curious to try it, you can go to drinktrade.com/Beryl and that will give you 30% off your first month of coffee. It's a great deal. Okay, time to get the spinach opened.
Hello everyone, my name is Dena. I live in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, but I'm originally from Palestine. The dish I want to share with you today is called Fatayer Sabanik or spinach pies in English. This dish is basically very flaky dough that's filled with spinach filling.
Last time I made dough, when I made mandazi, I was singing half the time and I messed it up by adding too much water. This time I'm gonna be stone cold silent and I'm not gonna make a peep and I'm just gonna watch the dough. So I hope you enjoy this part.
That has spinach, onions and meat. What's special about the dish is the way of preparation. We use a lot of olive oil.
I said I wasn't gonna talk, but the dough feels pretty good. I think I'm gonna get there. Just a little more kneading.
We roll it out very thinly and fold it multiple times so it gets a flaky consistency and it's very crunchy and delicious. Once the meat is cooked, we add a lot of chopped and cleaned spinach and let it cook until it wilts down and all the water is evaporated. I love this dish so much because it's very comforting and it's usually made when it's winter, so spinach is in season and it gets the family together. It's a very labor intensive dish, so whenever it's made, a lot of family members are there to help. So a lot of conversations and fun is going around. Someone is baking, someone is preparing the filling, someone is rolling the dough.
This is so much spinach!
And for sure, the grandma or like the old ladies of the family are the ones who are preparing the dough to make sure it's the right recipe and right consistency.
Since there are no measurements, I'm just gonna give it a little taste. Maybe a little more salt. And I think a little more sumac. It's got the sumac-y flavor, but I want a little more. Good.
This dish is a test for like how good you can cook because it's very hard to make it perfect from the first time. You take a piece of the dough and you roll it out into a disc and you put it aside to rest for a bit.
Dena said that these are difficult and the true test of a cook. I feel like my confidence is not in the garbage, but I've had a lot of failure making dumplings, and this is a similar thing, you know, it's a dough with a stuffing. I'm just like, I'm a little stressed. You can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. I'm psyching myself up, you can do this.
Then you take it again and roll it out very, very, very thinly, as thin as you can get it. And it usually gets some holes in it, but that's fine. Take it and you put the filling in the middle and you fold it, but from the corners into the center to make a perfect like envelope square shape.
I mean, it's not cooked yet, but there are no holes. It's sticking together, and I followed the recipe of stretching it and then folding it and then stuffing it and then folding it. It's like I'm making a mini croissant. I mean, I've never made a croissant, but about the layers. Oh, I hope this works. I hope it works. Ooh, please work, please work.
I hope everyone gets to try this dish and enjoys it. Thank you so much.
I was really nervous to make these just because dough, and second of all, it's kind of a dumpling in its own right, but I feel like they look really good. I'm gonna go with like a little one. They taste so good. The inside, the spinach has that tangy, meaty, oniony flavor. It's definitely not a sweet spinach, but then paired with the dough, it is like, it tastes so professional. I don't mean to say that, but it tastes like something that I would definitely get in a restaurant. Wow. I definitely feel like with this dish, I have a bit of dumpling vindication. You know, Dena said that it's a test of a cook. I'm not sure if presented in front of Dena's family, what they would say. However, I feel like I passed. At least I got a B. I don't know, Dena, let me know. Would I make these again on my own? I feel like as a group, I understand what Dena was saying. Like you get everybody together, everybody has a little role. Leia ended up helping me and it made it go a lot faster. Done. I'm gonna time us. Leia. Sharing them with Leia.
I think I made this one.
It has a hole.
It's busted.
She gave a thumbs up.
I'd give 2, but I'm holding something.
As far as being a spinach episode, this is definitely spinach forward. A lot of cultures have their own versions of spinach pies. The sumac in this lends a very specific flavor to me that is very Middle Eastern, part of that like Levant area. And the spinach in that sense is a little bit more bitter, but not bitter in a bad way because it's combined with so many other things. And with the dough, it just brings it all together and it is a delightful, delightful bite. I'm interrupting us quickly to let you all know that we are doing another community video. We have done a few of these in the past, but it's been way too long. This theme is fridge tours. This is open to everybody. All the information is on my website, which is linked in the description.
Let's look for something to eat.
We have tofu,
some wonderful sweet rolls,
Totino's pizza rolls.
and I think it'll be really fun to get our whole community back together in one video.
Welcome.
Good morning. Selamat pagi.
Welcome to Stockholm. Submission guidelines are open until I say that they're closed, so you can submit at any time. I'm excited to see what footage you guys film for the episode.
Hi, my name is Jharna and I'm from New Delhi, India. The dish I want to talk about today is Palak Patta Chaat, or spinach leaf fritters chaat in English. Chaat is essentially a sweet and savory street food. It is a riot of colors and flavors.
For this dish, you cannot use baby spinach that you'll usually find in the grocery store. You have to use the full spinach leaf, these big boys. I found these at an Asian grocery store if you're gonna try to find them, but they come dirty. This is one moment where I am definitely okay with cleaning my vegetables and I will not complain.
The base of Palak Patta Chaat is deep fried spinach leaves, which are lightly coated in a batter of chickpea flour,
Rub-a-dub-dub, spinach in a tub.
and water till they are golden, crisp, and perfect. The bed of these spinach fritters is then topped with a layer of slightly sweet, slightly tart yogurt, and then goes on top a sweet and sour tamarind chutney along with spicy and sour green chutney. Then you put a spice mixture or chaat masala along with roasted cumin seed powder for the classic flavor.
I learned my lesson from the last dough. I'm just going a little at a time.
No singing.
No singing.
Chaat is simply more than a dish. It is truly an emotion. Sometimes I wake up with an intense craving of eating something chatpata, and it is so weird to explain to anyone who has not grown up eating chaat. Chaat has become ubiquitous all over the Indian subcontinent, but it originated from North India, especially the state of Uttar Pradesh. Chaat, while looks incredibly complicated to make, it is relatively simple but laborious. It is a guilty pleasure, something you would eat on a cheat day but feels oh so luxurious. Palak Patta Chaat is a dish I have eaten multiple times with my boyfriend, and he is always pleasantly surprised by the crunchiness of the dish, even when it is soaked in yogurt. Spinach, a vegetable which is considered so healthy, is the star of this relatively unhealthy and fried recipe. At home, the spinach dishes I actually eat are of course healthier than this, but Palak Patta Chaat would definitely turn someone from a spinach hater to a spinach lover. That is guaranteed. This, you would be surprised by how much you end up liking it and would start craving something chatpata all the time.
I love that this kind of feels like a version of nachos. Like anytime you get to do messy plate foods, I always feel like it's kind of like a nacho dish, except that it's with a fried spinach leaf and like some of my other favorite foods in the entire world. Jharna was right. Chaat in India really is an emotion. It is a personality trait. Chaat is one of my favorite things. I did an entire episode about pani puri, which I'm gonna link in the description, and I'll link it up here, but it's also a feeling, it's an emotion, it's a way of life. Oh. I'm feeling all the feelings. Wow. I'm sorry, but like Indian food is so good. Like what? Taking a spinach leaf, covering in batter, and letting that baby fry, it's genius. And then covering it in all these different textures of the papadis, which are these fried crackers, and with pomegranate seeds to give it a pop of sweetness, the tamarind and the chutneys that give it a sour and like a salty and a spicy tang to it, and then you have yogurt which cools everything down. It's a delight to the senses, truly. I want to live in this dish. I love this also because it's a really interesting take on spinach that really takes the leaf as it is, but then elevates it and uses it in a way that I think is going to be really surprising for a lot of people. I don't really taste spinach in it, but clearly there's spinach in it. Like, okay, I'm sorry. Can you zoom in on this? Who doesn't want that? Even if you think you don't like spinach, I dare you. I double dog dare you. And no one can come back from a double dog dare. Oh, brother, where art thou? My jokes are so bad that they're good, I think. The recipe obviously is in the description, and there are a lot of iterations of a dish like this that you can do with samosas or with potato patties. The spinach one though, it's worth it. It's really worth it.
Moi Beryl! Hello everyone, my name is Veera. I'm originally from Finland. The dish I want to talk to you about today is called Pinaattiletut, or spinach pancakes. Spinach pancakes basically are like normal pancakes, except they are green with spinach.
I think that the best way to do this and get all the liquid out is probably to use some sort of cheesecloth, but honestly, like your hands are just fine. I don't think that you need to necessarily go out and get it if you don't have it. You just gotta squeeze. That looks pretty good. Little chunk.
This dish is very popular in Finland, especially amongst children, which maybe goes against the stereotype of children not liking spinach. But spinach pancakes are a dish that is served frequently in schools in Finland. Typical accompaniments, the traditional one is a lingonberry jam, but there are also many other accompaniments. For me personally, spinach pancakes remind me of being a student.
It's so pretty. I love how green it is. I want to do an episode of like color dishes, like a dish that really exemplifies a color like this one. I think that would be so cool. Like a rainbow of dishes. Okay, I'm making pancakes though.
It was something that I would buy as a snack if I was out of the house. I would just get the package and I would also eat them cold, which I know is strange for some Finnish people, but I think they taste good cold as well. I think you should try spinach pancakes because it's a really easy variation of the traditional pancake. It's very versatile and it is something that all Finnish people know. Beryl, you have your pancakes?
I'm ready.
Okay, good. So I think it's time to eat. I'm gonna grab some cheese.
I have cheese.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll that up.
I'm gonna put my cheese in. I'm gonna roll it.
Sitten vaan hyvää ruokahalua.
I love hiding vegetables in things that you love. This is reminiscent to me of the cucumber pancake, but the flavor is obviously completely different. The color is so vibrant, I can't believe it. The flavor of spinach for me is definitely in there. I did use, arguably, a lot of spinach, and I'm not sure if I should have used the 150 grams of spinach before I wrung it all out or 150 grams after it was wrung out. Veera's recipe called for 150 grams of frozen spinach that you're gonna wring out. So I weighed out 150 grams, and after all was said and done, the entire bag ended up weighing 190 grams. So if you're gonna make this, get a bigger bag of spinach and you're gonna need more than you think because there's a lot of water in spinach, as we all know. But I went with the 150 grams after, which ended up being 450 grams of frozen spinach, and I think it turned out great. The taste of spinach is there, but it's light. And by adding cheese or eating this with jam, you're gonna mask that spinach flavor even more. The only thing about making these that I think was a little bit difficult was that because there was no baking soda in it, they didn't really puff up and you didn't get all those bubbles to help let you know when it was time to flip them over. So it was just a lot of me waiting next to the stove, kind of like, a watched pan never cakes. I've heard that phrase somewhere. It's taking so long. I think it's interesting that this is a school lunch favorite in Finland for kids because Veera's right. Spinach is traditionally not associated with children and their favorite foods out there. At least not in America. I think it's in the same realm as Brussels sprouts when kids are like, bleh. But I love Brussels sprouts. Even as a kid, I was just good like that. In the words of Breckenmeyer, who played Travis in Clueless, I give it 2 very enthusiastic thumbs up. That was really lame. I'm keeping it.
Hi, I'm Irene. I am a Vietnamese American. I was born and raised in California, but now I'm raising my family here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I would like to share a dish with you today. It's called Canh Rau Pi Nat. Canh means soup, rau means green vegetable, and pi nat is how my mom pronounced spinach. I think the Vietnamese word for spinach is rau kyung vit, which means duck foot green, which I've never personally called it that. My mom always just said peanut. I used to think that this dish had peanuts in it, but it doesn't.
I think that shallots are the most superior onion. I'm curious, what is your favorite onion? That's like a very niche question, but I think we all have our onion hierarchy. On the bottom of my onion hierarchy are sweet onions, but at the top are shallots, green onions, and red onions. That's just who I am. Who are you?
So every Vietnamese home-cooked meal features soup as an element, and This is sort of like a base recipe for a simple soup featuring greens, and we kind of eat it as a side for every meal. It's light and quick. The broth is just water flavored with aromatics and fish sauce and shrimp and the spinach itself.
Irene says that you saute it until fragrant, but I feel like shallots and garlic are always fragrant. It smells fragrant. All right, let's put the shrimp in.
It's on the table in 15 minutes or less, and with American supermarkets having bags of pre-washed, pre-picked spinach, it's just one of the quickest things that you could ever make. I love this dish because it's tasty and it is so quick to make, and all of the nutrients of the spinach stay right into the broth.
Somehow this entire box, which is definitely 1 pound of spinach, is gonna fit in here, but Irene's right, like so much spinach becomes nothing. And even though I know that, I still don't trust it. How? First handful going in. There's like at least 5 more handfuls for this.
In Vietnam, you would probably find this dish made with a number of more exotic greens like pennywort, amaranth, Malabar spinach, water spinach, mustard green, just anything that you want.
I'm just rechecking the broth to spinach ratio because I just can't believe I have more, but yeah, like this is spinachy. So I think I'm on the right track. And to the spinach box we go.
The spinach is the adaptation that we ate a lot as kids because it was very available in American supermarkets.
Last handful. This is a dish for Popeye.
We literally ate this soup weekly when I was growing up. I have memories of going to the farmer's market or to the Vietnamese market with my mom and coming back with bags and bags and pounds of spinach and all these other greens. We ate freshly home-cooked Vietnamese food every single night of the week. As a working parent myself, I don't understand how my mom was able to do this. I'm sure that quick recipes like this were a very important tool for her to do this. You should give this dish a try, especially if you have a bag of spinach languishing in your fridge, because it takes no time to make, it's tasty, and it's delicious.
Never have I ever been so shocked to watch spinach wilt down to truly what felt like nothing. If you had told me, well, Irene did tell me, that all of that spinach was gonna make it into this bowl of 2 cups of water, no. And yet here I sit eating crow. Well, actually, eating more spinach, so. I'm always really wary of stocks that are mostly just water, and when people are like, no, it'll get its flavor. This is very flavorful, and Irene's right. Even if her son is just eating the broth of this, there is a ton of flavor, and therefore I must assume a ton of nutrients in it. Where's the shrimp? Oh, here's the shrimp. Even the shrimp tastes like spinach. If you're a spinach lover, have I got the soup for you? If you're not a spinach lover, I don't think that the spinach is necessarily transformed in this one like it has been in some of the other dishes in this episode, but as a spinach lover, this is such a great way to use and like put down a lot of spinach. And the broth is really good. The bouillon cube that I use is actually a Vietnamese pork bouillon base, but you could honestly use any sort of bouillon cube just to give it like a little help along the way. And I ended up adding more fish sauce than I originally expected because it just felt like it could have taken on more flavor, and I'm happy with the amount that I use. I think what I like most about this dish is that it's light, but it's flavorful, and it is so spinach forward that it just kind of like makes you feel like healthy. Like I feel better than Leia right now because I'm eating this.
I'm wasting away over here.
Okay, I hope I didn't have spinach in my teeth for that one.
I don't think
think so.
It would be so on brand if this whole spinach episode, I have spinach in my tea.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Pavlína and I'm coming from Slovakia, but currently living in Poland. Today I would love to share with you the dish from my childhood. It's Špenátový Prívarok in Slovak, or spinach sauce in English. This dish is basically cooked spinach puree made freshly at home. It's mixed with bechamel sauce and it's very creamy. Eat it with an egg of your choice, fried one or boiled one. Some people eat it with sausage.
I never really blanch things, but of all the things that I don't blanch, spinach is not one of them. Is that confusing to say? What I mean is that spinach is one of the only things that I blanch. Why did I say it like that?
It's really, really tasty, and very important is to eat it with the boiled potatoes.
Okay. This really feels like seaweed, which I guess I've never touched bland spinach with my hands before. It feels kind of good.
I really like it because it's very smooth texture and the side dish is like sausage or fried eggs. While going with it, I would not call it some very high dining experience. It's more simple. We mostly eat it on Easter. At the special day of Easter, it's called Green Thursday, and in this day you should eat something green and not eat meat. So this dish is perfect for this day. I don't think everybody loves this dish. All people from Slovakia know this dish. Mostly it's served in kindergarten canteens or in schools, although it has very potent spinach taste. But I like the kick of garlic to it with a good side dish and well prepared boiled potatoes.
Recently, out of nowhere, I decided to fry my egg in my tarka pan, and I loved doing it. So if you happen to have one of these, it's a great way to fry an egg. You get that perfect thick fried egg look.
It's really comfortable and comforting food. I would call it my soul food, so I really, really recommend it.
This might be the greenest dish that we made for this episode. I feel like this is as spinachy as you can get. I really like it. It definitely tastes like spinach, but the bechamel actually changes the flavor into like a cream of spinach, but not quite cream of spinach dish. I see how this could be good with a potato, but let's see. Wow, what excellent boiled potatoes. It's been years since I've had such an exemplary vegetable. Everyone's gonna get mad at me for using a spoon because they're like, you can't really cut an egg with a spoon. You're right, but it's worth the struggle for me. Ooh, with the egg, that is delicious. Making this was really fun. It was interesting. There were a lot of different steps, but all the steps were really simple. The flavor, it's surprising to me that children love this so much because it really does taste like spinach. However, I think that the creaminess of it makes up for that very spinachy taste. If you're somebody who hates spinach, I don't know if this is for you, but if you do like the taste of spinach, this is fabulous. It's definitely different, and I really like it with the egg and the potatoes. It feels like a complete meal. This episode was fabulous. I feel like I look at spinach in a totally different way. All of the recipes are in the description. And until next time, I'm gonna leave you with a potato episode and with an onion episode. I will see you all next week.